Good morning, everyone. I should be live. How's everyone doing? This is just chaos here. This is how the desk looked like at the end of last stream. And now I think everything is worse too. Oh no. Is this my bag of good batteries or bad batteries? I don't know. Got lots of stuff here. I'm pretty good. I'm glad you're good. I'm late because I had to run outside to do something very quickly, like literally a couple seconds, and there's a person, well, a couple in our neighborhood that has a dog, a golden retriever, and when that dog spots you, if you're a dog-friendly person, like if you stopped and pet her before, she will pull and pull at the leash until you pet her. And then so that's where I was. I was outside petting the dog, and the owner and I were chatting. So that's why I was late. So if you have the heart to disappoint a local golden retriever, then you can do that. I don't have the heart for that. And she's so hilarious because we had a torrential downpour here yesterday, the day before, and it like broke twigs and stuff off the trees. So basically, when she gets excited, you pet her, and then the owner and I get to talking, and then she gets bored because she's like, okay, I want to go find someone else to bother now. And then so she lays down, but then she found a stick that had fallen off the tree, and so that was the hype moment for her morning too. So yeah, dogs take priority. Good morning, Mr. JB. Fun fact, Johnny Bergdahl, JB, is the founder and creator of JB Weld. Kidding, obviously. My God, why is this? So I'm keeping some stuff on the bench because this is stuff that came in since the last live stream. So I'm going to show you guys before. Well, I'm going to tell you now. Today, we're soldering. Today we're building a drone. I ordered a 7-inch drone, and today that's what we are building. You should see your weldings. Yeah, there you go. These things I also ordered. I'm going to put these away. Later on, I'm going to listen to my favorite podcast, has H3, has a membership drive. So they did a 9-hour-long episode yesterday. And so I listened to some of it. And I'm going to clean this up while I'm listening to the rest of it today. I don't really have 9 hours to waste. So essentially because I listen to so many podcasts during the week, in order to keep myself, productive, I listen to podcasts at either 1.25 times speed or 1.5 times speed. So even despite that, I'm like about halfway through the podcast. So this for the screwdriver. This is a deburring tool. Almost there, folks. Your internet's causing you problems. That's not good. Seems to be missing a file. Oh, these things came in too. Okay, so that came in. These are for later. Shove that kind of off to the side. Okay, almost to the point where we're unboxing things. We're unboxing things that we're not going to, like things that's not important to unbox on camera. Oh yeah, and my voice might be a little messed up because I had 6 hours of teaching yesterday, so my voice is, as the Brits would say, knackered. Delicious. Okay, so what came in? So let me start with the fishing stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen this. This is a hook remover. So, see that? So you get this over the line, and then you can go, so you go over the line, and then you go down the throat, and then you can, you know, put tension on the line and use this to rip the hook out. So some of the fish that we catch in the waters where I fish are very toothy, so you can't get in there, or they're really small fish that just freaking swallowed the whole thing. So this is to make sure I get more, you know, I don't kill any fish. I was reading the regulations, and if you catch a fish that is out of season in a way that kills them, so like if they swallowed the hook or something, they bleed out, you still have to release it, which is interesting. So that's this. That's one thing. Here is a vertical jig. So the thing I'm planning on doing this summer is putting the GoPro in the water and jigging above it, so I can see if I can capture the strike on camera. I think that'd be really cool. So the ocean guys use lures like this. It's not so much used in freshwater, and I don't know if it's because it doesn't work, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I know the spots over at my parents' lake, so I know where the spots are. So I'm gonna try jigging this up and down, and we'll see if we can catch a bite. It looks like it should be, I mean, it should work. There's nothing in here that tells me it wouldn't work. Also, is it glow in the dark? No, it's not. It's a little 10-gram jig. Can't wait to try that. I'm just looking for things that work under the boat so I can capture the strikes on GoPro. Also, as part of my fun of being on the water is being in really calm water, and I love looking into the water. So if I see a predatory fish in the water right below the boat, I want to see if I can catch them by using this. So we'll see if that works. If so, well, there'll be footage and it'll be on SE Condary. Next thing, these are super cool. These may look like lead sinkers to you, bullet weights for Texas rigging, but it is not. These are not, in fact, lead weights. These are tungsten. So these weigh more per volume than lead, but even better than that is they're non-toxic for the environment. So here I bought 20. This is a 3/8 ounce. No, 5/16 of an ounce. So 8.8 grams, I think. So I can't explain to you how heavy this feels. Like I've held lead before. This is something else. It's way more gravity in these things than you would assume. So there, I bought a whistle. All your boating safety kits need to have whistles in them. So this is a nice metal one, high decibel. I'm not gonna use it because my wife is sleeping still. So this was like $2. This was a nice little kit. So these, these are known colloquially here as MEPS lures, but MEPS is just the company that makes them. But essentially you've got a little bell with a little weight inside, and this clangs around. You got a treble hook in the back, and then you've got your blade with the design. So this just spins around like this. I've always thought of these as old people lures, but these were cheap. They were like $3, I think, for the kit. And so we'll see if they're any good. But I kept talking to, in my work and all this stuff, kept talking to old people about, these kinds of lures, and they're saying, oh, they work. So I found some for cheap, so we're going to see if they work. And then there's these guys. These guys were, I think it was like $4 for 3 of them. So just, medium depth diving, relatively large bodies. I'm going after big predators with this kind of stuff. So I didn't want something that went too deep, so it was a small lip. So I don't know if these are going to be any good, but we'll have to see the action that they have in the water. The graphics don't look too good. I don't feel like the graphics going to last long, but if it peels off, then whatever. Okay, fishing stuff done. Now on to the interesting stuff. I'm going to tear apart my trolling motor and see if I can use this to control it. So this is a 80 amp peak Hobbywing speed controller for brushed motors. These are kind of difficult to find. I mean, they don't show up when you search for brushed motor speed controller. It's like AliExpress is like, you probably meant brushless. Let me show you all these brushless ones. And it's like, no, I want a brushed. So brushless motor has 3 wires. A brushed motor has 2. So the method of control are completely different. Oh wow, this comes with a lot more cable than I thought. Okay, so what do we have? Got the on-off switch. This is probably the programming switch. So it's 2 switches. This is supposed to be completely waterproof too, by the way. Okay, and then this I don't know what is for. 4 wires. Oh, it says LEDs. Okay. There's a positive, negative, and 3 signals. So I'm not sure if it's headlights, taillights, and something else, reverse lights. Don't actually know. I'll have to read the little manual in there. And then you've got here positive, negative to a XT60. Yeah, XT60. Hopefully that should be good enough to carry the current for the trolling motor. 30 amps, so it should be, although these wires, this 14 gauge, kind of small. And then here are positive and negative motor wires. So if I had a way to load down the electric motor I've got here, then I would test it, but I don't. And then this is the signal in. So yeah, this thing is kind of pricey. I think it was 60 or 70 bucks. It's supposed to be 80 amps, which the trolling motor maxes around 30. Oh yeah, okay, the reset button is to program. You can, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so over here, running mode, forward and brake, forward reverse and brake, and then forward reverse, and then real car. I don't know what real car means. LiPo or nickel metal hydride, probably set to LiPo. I don't think it's a 3-cell LiPo. Cutoff voltage, oh yeah, you can change cutoff voltage. Initial starting force, oh, you can have a soft start. Maximum forward force, maximum reverse force. I think I want just forward. Oh no, I want forward and reverse, so number 3. Max reverse force. It's not focusing. Brake force, initial brake force, drag brake, neutral range, start mode / punch. PWM frequency, BEC is a battery limiter circuit, so essentially that means how much volts does it produce. Then freewheeling enabled or disabled. Cool. And then the quick start guide. The thing I want to know the most is what's the continuous current. Because if I can't use this with, 35, let's say 35-ish amps continuously, then it's not really useful. Oh, freaking tearing it apart. So is there... Oh, it's 80 amps continuous. So this is 80 amps continuous, 400 amps peak current. Well, I should be good then. Supports 12 volts. That's good. So this thing should do what I want it to do. Because I only need, if it can do 80 continuous, then I should be good, because I only need about, let's say, like 40 to give me headroom. So this little tiny device, I might have to put a a fan on the top, but this little tiny device will power my giant trolling motor. I guess it remains to be seen. But let's just say I'm not going to trust it on the open water unless I have a backup, like paddles or my gas motor. I mean, by law, you need a paddle on board. So I usually have a tiny little one, but if I had to get myself ashore with that tiny little one, I would not be happy. But usually, I have the gas motor and the electric, so it's not a problem. And now I have that lithium battery. Oh yeah. Good to have room to spare. A lot of companies exaggerate. Yeah, for sure. I may or may not have bought another lithium battery. They have a trolling motor specific one, which is more expensive because it has a low temperature cutoff and stuff like that. It's more rugged. And I saw it because my boss didn't get in on the deal for my other lithium battery. So he's been looking for one, and then I saw it come up, and I sent him, the same deal came up for the lithium battery, so I sent it to him for 220 Canadian plus tax. But then when I scrolled down a bit, I saw the trolling motor specific one, which is like probably $60 more expensive normal price, was on sale for $200 and had a 10% off coupon or 5% off coupon, something like that. So no, it must have been more off because anyways, so I paid $188 taxes in, like including taxes for the trolling motor one. Oh yeah, it had a percentage coupon off plus a dollar coupon off. So it's huge. So now I've got 2 lithium batteries. I've got plenty. So now I'm confident if I take both those batteries that I can go on the river here. Because there's no way if one battery overheats and I'm up Schitt's Creek, I can just swap to the other one. Next thing that came in was this Super Power Turbo Fan. These are one of those brushless dusters that you see everywhere. This was $30 Kazakhstan Copex. It has a lithium battery on the inside. So 2 lithium batteries, 7.4 volts. And this thing blows like the dickens. I don't know how to explain it, but it blows like crazy. So I just wanted a little battery duster. So it has these 2 removable nozzles. They're magnetic. You just stick on there. There we go. Let's see, where are the magnets? I do have this viewing film. Oh, the magnet's right in the middle. I don't think I would have guessed that. Yeah, look at that. I thought they had little magnets around the outside. Can't sense the magnetism from the motor. Maybe if I turn it on. Nope. It's just a cool little duster, and it blows like crazy. Like, okay, so this weighs, I don't know, 200 grams. Did I kill it? Sorry about your ears, folks, but yeah. So this will have its own video at some point too. Now the thing is, I'd want to take it apart for the video, but I'm looking at it. I don't know how easy it is to put it back together. I guess in the end, if I ruin it, then I'll just buy another one. But the problem is the video will earn me like $5 and this thing was $30. So I'll never recover my money. I'll never be able to financially recover from that. Okay, let's put these to the side for now. And then let's get going filming my main video, which is the drone video. I have to go put all the fishing stuff together. I have like a box where I put everything. Oh, this needs to go in the fan. So all the fishing stuff goes to the side. It's crazy how much fishing stuff I bought over winter, and like I maybe the price of all the stuff I bought was like 10 lures worth, and I've got much more than 10 lures worth. Lures are expensive. They're like $8 a pop for the decent sized ones. They're more actually for the fancy ones. They are they go up easily up to $20 for like regular ass lures. If you want like fancy lures, They're way up there. You can buy lures that are $50 a pop. Can you imagine snagging on a branch on a $50 lure? My point of fishing is to just zen out. And so the last thing I would want is to lose $100 fishing or something like that. Also this year, I don't know if you guys care, but this year I have my sport fishing license. So I can go for the game species, the weird species that you don't usually get to go for. So like muskie. Mind you, you can always fish muskie. You just can't explicitly fish them. You can fish pike, which is essentially a subspecies. Like muskies and pike are really strongly related. You just can't explicitly say you're going for muskie if you don't have the license for it, and you just can't keep it. If I caught a muskie, I wouldn't keep it. I would release it anyways. I believe I can also go after sturgeon, which is something I'd love to do. Like, I'd love to get a sturgeon on the line once, at least. They are massive fish. They get like 16 feet long. I don't think I'm going to ever hook into a 16-foot long sturgeon, so that's not what I'm saying, but just the fact that they are around here. And again, you can fish sturgeon with a conservation license, but it's not proper etiquette, and it'll be pretty obvious you're going for sturgeon. So always best to be properly licensed up. And anyways, the license pays for conservation efforts and studying the wildlife to see how it is, how healthy the water bodies are, choosing, helping make those decisions. Do I have a SD card in there? I do. It's in slot 2. So yeah, I don't mind paying my fair share to protect the natural resources we have. Okay, so as far as I remember, this is the drone. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's focus on her. Okay. Going to be doing something a little different today. I bought this, which is a drone kit that you can buy today on AliExpress. So my goal for today is to put this thing together and see what changed between this thing, which is 2025 type technology, and this thing, which is quite a bit older. This is a ZMR 250. In here I have a Mark IV drone kit, 7-inch version. I probably should have got the 10-inch to be a little bit more different to the ZMR. Oh, this wasn't even taped, so I could have opened this off camera. Well, anyways, let's see what we get. We have four Gemfan 3-bladed props. Gonna check which ones these are. Hopefully they're legit Gemfan, because I'm gonna be crashing this thing, I'm assuming. This is the 7040R, or well, 7040, and then you got the R, which is the backwards one. So I didn't actually know they came with spare parts, so that's good. I thought they only included 4 props, but it looks like we have 8. Yeah, so 7040s. 2 pieces left, 2 pieces right. That's good. Put this to the side. What else we got in here? So this, I think is a video transmitter. Yeah, I believe so. So here's the connection. Here's your little antenna extender and also adapter. I hope it comes with an antenna. Yeah, there we go. Ultra 2500, and this is 4.9 to 5.8 gigahertz. Has these tiny little connections on it. This thing is small. It's really cool. We've got our FPV camera over here. I'm not expecting this kit to have the highest end components, so there's still a little lead in there. Screw kit. This looks like a joystick. Yeah, it looks like a little joystick. Probably to adjust settings for the OSD, maybe? On-screen display. And then here it is. Oh, it's inside this. This is a bag. I thought it was just wrapped. Ooh, here we go. So what do we got? We've got the Jinjin model 819. Whatever that means. Oh, it has a nice rubber cap on it. Ooh, that is a pretty lens. That's cool. It doesn't have, it has these side mounting points. I don't know if they included a mount for it. Not sure. Again, this is supposed to be a kit, but I don't know if it's a full kit. Battery strap doesn't include a battery, that's for sure. Oh, here's the motors we're going to be using. So hardware kit and the motors. That's what makes these things so cool, is the demand for drone motors recently with the conflicts happening has made these motors get really cheap. So this is a 2806.5, but you can get up to a 2811, I think. So it'd be even taller. These are very powerful little motors, and for the price, these things are ridiculous. I think you can get these specific motors for around $60 Canadian for 4 of them. So this kit should include all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, all 4. So that's going to be interesting to put together. Oh, we do have an antenna. We seem to have a circular polarized antenna. So this is a mini right-hand circularly polarized antenna with a little case on it. Looks good. Little whip antenna. Starting to worry about the size of this thing. I thought it was going to be a bit bigger, but maybe not. Here are the brain box. I need to open that up. All right. So what do we got? So this is, I hope it says on the board. Yeah, it's an F405 flight controller. Now, I wouldn't think that this is any specific brand. This is probably just the cheapest Chinesium. I'm just trying to get up in the air, right? I need to practice my skills. I'm not a very well-practiced pilot because I haven't flown a lot before the laws changed. And this is a BL Heli S 3 to 6 cell 60 amp speed controller. So this is a 4-in-1. So back in the day, we used to put 4 speed controllers, but now it's all in one stack. And oh, this is cool. So here's the battery lead. Still use XT60s. Yep, this has some legit Amass ones. But what's cool is the dampers. I didn't even see this on the listing. The dampers for the stack of PCBs are purple. So that is cool. Well, that's my channel colors. And last but not least, you can fit a lot of drone in a little box. The Mark 7 frame. And I guess if I would have known that this frame was similar in size to my ZMR, I would have probably just rebuilt my ZMR. But at the same time, it's going to be nice to see what a modern frame looks like. So first of all, matte carbon fiber instead of glossy, like I'm used to. Yeah, that finish is very interesting. So bottom, top, and there's a couple reinforcing parts. Here are the reinforcing parts and the camera mount, stuff like that. Carbon fiber is one of those things where it is incredible how light it is when you hold it. And look at these big chunky arms. The ZMR arms are not this big. This is also a kit that doesn't include the 3D printed parts. There are 3D printed parts for the Mark IV. This is a Mark IV clone, but for the Mark IV quad. But we're not going to put those on today probably because I don't have them printed yet. So that's all the parts breakdown. Let's see if we can get started building this drone. All right, no more recording. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So this kit was $200 Canadian. And the reason why I got this kit was because when I was starting to price out the flight controller, the speed controller, the 4 motors, the frame, the video transmitter, all separately, the camera, I came up to more than that. It was like 250. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get it all in one kit. It's probably all going to fit together. So yeah, that's the plan. That's why I went and did it this way. Also, I have another package. Let me just open it because I'm missing. I ran out of funding. Let's just put it this way. I wanted to upgrade my remote controller, but all the options I was seeing were like expensive. So I didn't want to go that way. Is my address on any of these? No, I don't think so, but I'll open them upside down anyways. So I think in one of these packages is a radio receiver. Okay, and this is an envelope with 2 things. Oh, these are lens protectors for my Pixel camera. So that's not that interesting. Okay, we got some test leads. Yeah. With a nice hologram. So these are just like test probes. BX11. Oh, a refractometer. Okay, so maybe you'll be interested in this, but maybe not. This is to test the strength of coolant and stuff. These are very cheap. They're like $5 online. So I have these at the college, so I wanted my own. But essentially, I'm hoping this is an automotive one because that's kind of the one I wanted. Let me see. Ethylene, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, essentially what you do is you open this, you put a drop of this, seems to do washer fluid, battery, acid, coolant, and probably something else. Put a drop on there, you close this slide, and then you look at it in the sun, and inside there's like markings. Oh, you can kind of see that. There we go. See, there's markings. So it'll draw a line. There we go. It'll draw a line on the scale to show you what concentration it is. I was hoping this had my radio receiver, but it's not here. So we're going to have to deal with it. The other thing is I'm not quite sure how to assemble the Mark IV frame. So I'll have to do that. I'll have to go look how to do that. All right, I didn't leave any other things here, no. All right, let's go to the computer and look up how to assemble the Mark IV frame. Let me see. Discord's over there, that's good. All right, and then screen. Assembling MK4 drone frame. I don't actually know who's the OEM either. I just saw this frame was available, so I got it. "5" in stock. So they're recommending, oh, bigger motors than what I have. That's interesting. Okay, so the camera mount is in the front there. I really need to see the stack, how it assembles. Okay, well, I see the button head screws are for the arms, right? It's just all this stuff. And this padding, what's that padding go for? Oh, let's just try this. Oh, he's got a freaking diagram. That's a 5". I need a 7". Oh, here we go. 1440p, baby. Okay, so he's assembling the arms. Oh, wait, there was depths before. Okay, looks like there's front and rear pieces. He's got the 3D printed parts too. Okay, so, go away. We got these that little guy and that little guy. So he assembles with the standoffs. Okay, tightens those guys. Then the plastic pieces. And then the motors. Oh, he's got other stuff on top there. No, those are the arms. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. So there's long standoffs and short standoffs. Let's see if we can understand this. So does this like match anything? Not really, huh? Just by the by, I've done no research. I was like, I want a drone. And then I bought a drone. Okay, well, it looks like this is the bottom piece. Right? And then this goes, oh, this goes there. That goes there. So we're sciencing. Good morning. Oh, this is not my first quad. This is my first one of 2025. I don't know if you guys remember. I think this is like circa 2016. This was the this was like the cheapest entry into FPV droning. Although I haven't done any FPV with it. The camera is there, but I've never used it. This, however, will be my first time actually FPVing. But yeah, this one here, the ZMR 250. This was my jam. Crashed it a couple times, just learning how to fly, you know. I had disassembled it from the first one it was assembled. The first way it was assembled, it had a carbon mid plate, but then I switched to a power distribution mid plate. So yeah, this is I had fun with this, although it wasn't like the best. But look at the difference of the motors now. So these are 1806. These are 2806.5. So yeah, quite a bit bigger. And it seems like the 7-inch drone it'll be a little bit bigger, but not much bigger than the ZMR. But the arms are like double the thickness. It'll be interesting. This Mark IV frame is cheaper than the ZMR 250 frame ever was. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how these pieces go, because for sure this goes here. The thing is, I don't want to watch a video. It may be difficult like that. Let's see. The thing is, the guy's hands are in the way. Okay, so this nose piece goes underneath, not on top. And it's secured through with these things. Why are these things so light? They're not titanium, are they? They said titanium on the on the video there, but I thought they were just titanium colored. No, they're probably just aluminum. Like, let's be real. It'd be way too expensive. So, yeah, I need like written instructions. Let me see. Let's go back. Let's go back to the computer because it's not working out. I need written instructions. Mark IV. For a 7-inch drone frame. That is not the same Mark IV. So I want instructions. I kind of want the 10-inch, not gonna lie. I'm kind of regretting the 7-inch. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger. Oh well, it is what it is. To defend your home, or defend your country, yeah. That's awesome. Go away. What is he using? F405, that's what I have. I think this looks like the same kit. That is the Mark IV. Oh my god, that soldering. Hopefully I don't do it as bad as that. I don't have any of this tubing for the wire. God, setting up Betaflight will be a nightmare. So yeah, I don't see any step-by-step written instructions. Let me see. Perplexity. Let's see if the AI can help me. I want to build a Mark IV 7-inch drone kit. Got the kit. Didn't come with instructions. Can you tell me which frame pieces, PIECES, go where? Bottom plate, countersunk holes on one side. Okay, good to know. Go away. Rivet nuts. Rivet nuts? No, I think this is the wrong. Okay, we're just gonna have to figure it out. Or abandon ship and just go back to sleep. All right, any countersinks on here? No. I'm fairly confident this is the bottom plate. This is the top plate because, yeah, this has countersinks on that side. So this goes like this for sure. So let's see if we can organize ourselves a little bit. Okay, this goes up. This one is, doesn't matter. Okay, and we know this part goes here, but it goes on the underside. Okay, so that goes underneath there. So we know that. That's good. Now, these things are like the camera mount. So they must go in here. They must press into these little slots. They do. That goes into that slot. And then there should be one more of these. Yep, there we go. So these two go into these slots, and then they will slot up here as well. They do. Okay. So that's settled. These sides, are they countersunk? Nope. Okay, so we got the base, we got the two sides, we got the top. This goes back there. But now, like, where does this go? That looks like a mid-frame piece. Here. For the arms. Is there another one for the other arms? Yes. This one. This one. No. No. This one. But now, are they on top or on the bottom? And then this must be for the back here. Okay. So now, yeah, do they fit on top or on the bottom? So I think the arms go on top. So to me, this would go on the bottom. And then if that's the plan, I think we're good. This is definitely the front because that has the camera mount. So yeah, now the question is, do these go on top or on the bottom? So we should be able to tell by the standoffs. So how many lengths of standoff do we have? So we have this long length. So like so. So that's one length. And then we have a second length, shorter ones. And the shorter ones we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the long ones we have 5. How does that make any sense? Unless there's one extra of each. And then also we have these black plastic nuts. And here are the screws we have, which are like gold. Here's some countersunk screws. Oh, there are rivet nuts. What? I was wrong. Oh my God, they expect me to press these into the frame? Look at that. There's like knurling on one side. So that means that this goes into those slightly enlarged holes. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I really don't like that. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to watch the video. I wanted written instructions, but looks like it's video instructions. Okay. Okay, so at least, okay, I know this goes on top now. M3 insert nuts. Hold on a sec. Let's do this. Save. Desktop. Drone. Drone. Okay. I think this is all I need here. Seems like there's some... Oh, this is for the flight controller. Okay. Flat screw. Okay, so these mounts go under. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find a PDF. I bought a clone, right? This is probably the real one. Oh wait, this is 5-inch. Oh, god damn it. Drone 7-inch assembly. I want that part. Oh, here. Is this it? I think this should be fine. This is all 3 inches, so there's a Mark 7. So yeah, they have this image. I think this should give us enough info to get going. That's crazy though, these M3 insert nuts. The other thing I need to find is my Loctite, because that's going to be quite important to not have the drone rattle itself apart. I was considering buying another tube of Loctite, but I never ended up going to the store. And I guess now the question is, where are all my old drone parts? Because that's where the Loctite is. Okay, let me see if I can locate that. What's this? Nope, not quite. My box for the ZMR is out here too. Would it be in there? Nope. Strictly ZMR stuff. Oh yeah, so I actually don't know. Let me recharge the audio equipment here while we wait. Come on. So this is problematic because I moved stuff around because my equipment stack up here, up there, that's where my box was with the tube of Loctite. So that means it's not there. I moved it somewhere. And the big question now is where that somewhere is. Also, I do have to admit, I am pretty exhausted. So at some point, I might get frustrated and then enough is enough and we'll have to end the stream. But I'm not at that point yet. But I am very tired. I stayed up, so on Saturday and Sunday, I was about an hour and a half away from the home doing EV training, my last 2 sessions. And then Sunday, I also stayed up until just past midnight, working on my courses that I gave this yesterday, Monday. And yesterday, I was up just past midnight as well. And so I am getting, I'm pretty tired this morning. But I was pretty excited to get this drone put together. I thought it was just going to be a fun little thing to do. And it is. It's just I need to find my stuff. I kind of don't want to put it together without Loctite. But it seems like we're going to do that. I mean, it is what it is, right? These motors really aren't necessary at the moment. I'm just going to put them to the side, even though this could cause a landslide and all fall down. Okay, so there's some rubber bumpers in there, probably for the flight controller. Let's see if we can just organize ourselves just a little bit here before we start recording. Plus, I'm charging the mics, so it's a good thing. These are all the same length. I don't need the flight controller or the speed controller right now. So that can wait. So right now, let's just make some piles. So for sure, these are the same. These are the same. So this goes under. Yeah, this countersunk holes. Okay. Let's just group all of the hardware that is the same together. It does seem like I only need 4 of each standoff. Oh, these are different. 1, 2. Yeah, that one's longer. And these are the small ones. I'll have to go see also what, like, screwdriver bits I'm going to have to get ready for this. That's longer. That's longer. Longer. Shorter. 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 Okay. And these things are all those press-on nuts. Okay. And then these button head screws. That's good. Now these standoffs, the short ones, then the tall ones. So I'm not crazy. I do have 5 of each, but it looks like I need 4 of each. That's countersunk. I should have known. This is countersunk, so that goes underneath. So essentially, yeah, like that. So that one there, there, and then the 4 arms. And these look like for the flight controller stack. I don't know what this is for, though. It does have the little cutouts in it for something. Maybe it just goes on top. I have no idea. Or this would be the top. Oh, it does have the same. Okay. Has this pattern in it. This one here. So it seems to go like that. It's probably for the battery. Okay. Okay. I get you. I think I'm following. These arms are all identical. I just really wish I had my Loctite, but it's probably not a good idea to Loctite stuff yet, now that I'm thinking about it. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to assemble it wrong, and then Loctite makes things worse. So yeah, let's forget the Loctite. We're going to go through every every second flight or so and tighten up all the little bolts. So yeah, we're not going to worry about the Loctite. Okay, so now that I laid it all out, I'm going to have to see what it looks like on camera. The antenna's not needed for now. Okay. So the little nub in there, yeah, my God, that's stressful. And 3x10, so the long ones. Okay. Got all the parts laid out here. Let's put it together. Now, mind you, this shouldn't be a guide because this is my first time putting this together. I am following a little bit of a guide off camera, but it's literally just like 1 page, sort of explaining, like it's a parts breakdown diagram. It's not really instructions. So I do know which screws go where. So that's good. And I do know which length of the standoffs to use. I'm just going to install it loosely, and I'm going to go over and tighten everything after. Now I'm also not putting Loctite here. 2 reasons. 1, I have misplaced my Loctite. And 2 is I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be installing this properly. Maybe I'm going to be doing it out of order. So I decided I'm just going to go for it. And, if basically I'm going to disassemble it later and 1 screw at a time and Loctite it all into place once I know that everything is well positioned. Now, as far as I can tell, the bottom section doesn't have an up or a down. So this section that I'm working on here is the bottom section. Doesn't have an upwards or downwards because it doesn't have any countersunk holes. However, the parts you install do have an up or down for a lot of them. So, you know, keep that in mind as you're building. The top plate also has a up and down because it has countersunk holes in one direction. So again, I'm just doing this by hand. Just, you know, consider it a dry fit. So there we go, that's put in. Now the part that I don't like is that the arms here, which install this way, and I believe they go this way, there we go. They need some of these like riv nuts pressed into here, and I've never done this in carbon fiber, so hopefully it goes well. I mean, it should go well, but hopefully it goes well. It goes in these bigger holes. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to press these in or if you're just supposed to use the force of the screws to pull them in, but I'm gonna push it in here. I have a handle that you put a socket on. I'm just gonna see how that works. Nope, that needs more force than that. Wow, that requires a lot of force. Let's see if we can pull them in with the screws. Hopefully it's not too bad. These have really nice big beefy arms, which is good because I'm probably going to crash this thing a lot. That hole is a little tight. You really have to be lined up before you put this together because the arms sort of lock, which is kind of a neat design. The arms sort of lock into each other. Oh, I did this wrong. I do need to put that little brace on first. Nope, seems like I have the wrong size screw. Didn't realize I had two sizes in that screw. There we go. These short little standoffs. There we go. You know what? I'm going to put all four of them on before I start putting on the riv nuts or the press nuts. we go. Now these guys should come in there. And then it should just tighten down. Okay, here it goes. So I'm going to put one of these little press nuts in. See if it pulls it into the hole. Oh, that requires a lot more force than I can do with this little screwdriver. One moment, please. Morning, Bruce. That's a good question, which I don't have the answer to. It's going to really depend on a lot of factors. This is 2 millimeter. So let's go get a 2 millimeter T handle. Go into the other room. Okay, that has only my Imperial T handles. Okay, oh here, 2 millimeter. 2 millimeter is my smallest one. All right, let's go. All right, let's give this a shot. So here's 2 millimeter T handle. I refuse to watch a instruction video on this, so I don't know if I'm doing this right. It definitely feels like I'm not. So yeah, that seems to have either stripped the screw or stripped my tool. So I guess you really do need to press these in, but the thing is, I would like to use like a vise or something. And still, that's going to be a lot of force. I mean, this is in. It did go in a little bit, but definitely not. I mean, it really doesn't feel like the way that the creator intended. So let me see if I can find another solution for that. Here, if you guys want to see. It definitely needs to go in further. 100%. So let's see if we can even get this screw out. I mean, I have to be honest, it felt wrong as I was doing it, but yet I still kept doing it. Idiot. Oh boy. Okay, I was able to get a good bite with a different tool. So I have a vise that I can use to push them in, but it's in the garage. I don't want to go out to the garage and get it. The other thing is my wife is sleeping, so I don't want to, go outside and possibly wake her up. So let's see if we can figure out a solution here to squeeze those together. I don't have like an arbor press or anything like that. That would be ideal. Can I push them in with just pliers? So I'm going to put something in between not to damage it. I don't want to damage the carbon. So Let's see. Not those. These. Let's see. Use my Christmas PCBs. Oh, on the other side. The metal I'm not worried about. It's the... I don't want to put marks on my carbon fiber. So let's see if this will go in any further. Oh, it is going in. It's a little crooked. Went in a bit crooked because pliers aren't, they don't have like a straight up and down. That's really tight. I'm assuming you're supposed to use a vise or an arbor press. It didn't stay in there. It's not as deep as it could be. See, you can still see the teeth. You could probably hammer it. Not that I'd want to do that. So here's the difference between one that's sunk and one that's not. It's like millimeters of difference. Like fractions of a millimeter of difference. Since that one comes out. That one's sunk. I'm not convinced this is a really good building technique, but oh well. That is a lot of force. That can't be the intended design, right? And I don't want to bash on it. It's going to make so much noise. I don't know what the solution is here. Okay, I'm gonna look over in my workshop area. God damn it, I have so many tools, but I always end up needing the tool I don't have. How is this possible? I have a drill press, but it's got really small arms on it. That's not gonna work. Out in the garage, I have a ball joint press. That'll obliterate that little piece. Yeah, I don't have a solution here. I guess that's what I'm gonna do on camera. I'm gonna show off those that strategy of essentially wrenching it in. Let me put this side back together to see. Definitely a non-ideal situation here. Let's put that back in. Put the little posts on. We put these back in. Like, it does grab and it does tighten. So really, I don't have a vise in here. God damn, what did I... Guess next time there's a vise on sale, I'm gonna bring it in here. Because I bought a vise specifically for here, but it ended up in the garage. All right. So here's the technique I landed on. Your mileage may vary, and again, if you watch videos, you probably see someone with a better technique than me. But essentially, I just put the little, the little nut in there, and this is a PCB that I've designed a long time ago. So this is one of the spares that I've never built, and I'm just using it in order to sort of shim the part, A, and B, to make sure I don't damage the carbon fiber with my pliers. And then I'm just going to give it a big squeeze, and then I may have to realign it because pliers don't squeeze flat. So realigning it, giving another big squeeze. I don't really care if I mar the metal here. I just don't want to mar the nice carbon fiber. So I'm looking at it. It's not quite straight, so I know I need to put a little bit more pressure on the inside here. So we'll just set that up like that. Give that a big squeeze. Again, your mileage may vary. Maybe other creators have better ideas to do this. Personally, I would use a vise if it wasn't all the way out in the garage and my wife wasn't sleeping, so I wasn't afraid to wake her up by going outside. But you make do with what you got, and not everybody who builds drones will have a vise at their disposal. So I'm pretty happy with that. Not really, it's very crooked. I'll have to work on straightening that. But yeah, that's the technique I'm landing on. Okay, so that didn't quite work because now it's like offset. Oh, and the carbon fiber is getting all screwed up. It's not a very good design. Whatever. Let's put the other one. I like stopped the recording because I don't want this part on camera. It's not my best work. And by not on camera, I mean not in the full edited video. You guys are still getting to see it. You guys see all of my faults, for better or for worse. That's why I love you guys, We're on the same team here. Oh! That didn't sound good. That made a crunch. What broke? I'm leaving well enough alone. Yeah, not super happy about that. It's not a great design. I'm not sure why they don't use a regular nut. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not an engineer. I just doing what I'm told. Blooper reel is real life. It is. It is. I tend not to hide anything from my audience, except for like brevity. Speaking of which, I need to edit at least 1 or 2 videos today. I'm way behind on editing. Small ones. So that's kind of it. There's 4 long posts, 4 short posts. And now I think we can get going with the motors and stuff. Could be tolerances and quality control. But the thing is, look at the space you've got here. Like, you could just put a nut. Why not just put a nut on top? I understand that a riv nut works a little bit like a dowel, like it'll help orientation, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure I damaged the carbon there. This is feeling extremely rigid, and we don't even have the top on it yet. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this, I believe, is the flight controller stack. So they're showing rubber grommets. So this is loose in there. First of all, which hole spacing is my stack? Okay, it's the big hole spacing. And I think this arrow means that goes forward. Forward is this way. Here, actually, I should be. See that arrow? It's probably forward. So let's get organized here. See if we can figure out what goes where. It seems to say that the long ends of these rubber buggy baby bumpers, they say it goes in from the bottom. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They have their own screws too. Let's do a dry fit here before we bring in the audience. Oh wait, does the flight controller go on the bottom, or do the ESCs go on the bottom? Now that is a question and a half. Does this go on the bottom? Anyways, the diagram seems to show this going on like that, and then this coming in at the bottom. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's go look at the dude's video. Oh boy, my legs. Screen. Okay, so he's got the parts. Now that I've done mine, let's see how he installs his pieces. Puts them in, puts them in. So far they're just resting in there. Did he do it off camera? No. Oh, he drilled it bigger. Well then. He drilled it bigger, then he pulled it through with the screw. Oh, okay, he pushed, looks like he pushed rubbers through it. Okay, the long screws. Then he's got these rubbers. Okay, I think he pushed the narrow edge through it. Actually, they look symmetrical. And then standoffs. Yep. 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 That's it. Is this part one? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. Motors. Understood. Loctite motors. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I'm on the same page. Okay, he does motors before flight controller. Okay, 4, ESC. So he is doing, so motors, then flight controller. Looks like he's pointing the battery backwards. Yeah, battery backwards. Wait. Where are the slots? Yeah, battery backwards. Okay, so he's doing motors first. We can do motors first. I like motors. All right, so let's put these, we'll do all this stuff after. Live view. All these guys in there. Ugh. So there it is, all assembled. I think now it's time to pop out the motors. So these are the 2806.5. And I'll probably just pull all the nuts and stuff off. I don't think these are reverse threaded. They do have a hollow shaft though. That's really cool. So let's pull them all out. They do come with hardware. This frame didn't come with 3D printed parts, so I may have to remove the screws anyways to put in screws that are a little bit longer to accommodate 3D printed parts. I don't even know if you need the 3D printed parts. I've just seen that some people said to buy the kit with the 3D printed parts. So I'm just going to get these ready. So it's kind of good that we're not Loctiting this at this time, because I don't know if I'll need to disassemble it. It's quite a bit harder to remove when it's assembled with Loctite. Yeah, these seem like pretty good quality motors. They seem pretty powerful. So let's see, if I flip this upside down now, and it's incredible how little this weighs. Let's see if we line this up. Do we get all 4 screws in? It looks like the hole does line up with all 4 screws. So we are installing 4 screws per side. Usually, I think the ZMR, I think I only put 2 screws. No, I put 4 screws. Never mind me. But you can see the screw heads were so small compared to the holes. This here will be a lot more solid. All right, so let's see. Dollars to donuts, I don't have the right bit on my screwdriver. I'm just going to get them started. Nope, you never have the right bit on your screwdriver. I had a 2mm, I needed a 2.5. There we go. So I'm going to get all 4 of them started, and then we can lock them down. A little bit of spring in the motor because the motor wires come out at a bit of an angle. I think that's just a consequence of having a little bit more budget-friendly motors. Okay, now that they're all in, I'm just going to go tighten them in a cross pattern. There we go. So that's a big honkin' motor for a small drone. That looks strange to me. They are big. All right, 1 down. 3 to go. You see here the spring I'm talking about? It doesn't want to sit flat because the motor wires come out at an angle. Maybe if I finesse it a little bit first. Nope, missed the hole completely. There we go. 2 down, 2 to go. Don't know how much of this is going to stay in the final video because this is quite long. Three down, 1 to go. Apologies to my live audience. I'm usually more talkative, but this is going to go in the main video. So I don't know if I want silence. I don't know what I want. Well, that was dumb. Spot the mistake. Huh? 3 motors one way, 1 motor the other. There we go. 4 motors on 4 arms, and this time they're all facing the same way. Now, I'm not one for delayed gratification, so although these aren't going to be installed the correct direction, I just want to see, oh my God, that is going to be a big quad. Wow. So just for comparison's sake, there's the ZMR. Uses much smaller blades. I think these are 5-inch propellers. Yeah, 5-inch, and these are 7-inch propellers. It's gonna be kind of big. It's gonna have a big footprint. It's gonna have a lot of lifting capability, which is gonna be pretty awesome. And I couldn't wait, so I needed to put these props on right away. And now that these are 7040 gem fans, I can go and order myself another set to make sure I'm going to be ready for crashes. Awesome. That is going to look sick. That's insane. I can't wait to get this up in the air. These motors are huge. I feel like this is going to weigh less than my ZMR. It's going to have way more power though. All right, let's see if we can get these guys even in there. I don't know if they'll squeeze in. Oh wow, it got way heavier. That's crazy. Let's see if I just work it in there. Will it go in? Might need to shove it in with a tool. Let's see. Oh, that wasn't smart. Poked her right through. feel like I have a spider on my head or something. Feel something moving. Okay, so is this going to work? So that's in the hole. Now can we get it through the hole? Looks kind of deformy. Let's see, can we push this through now? I'm not 100% sure that these are the way to go. Oh, I think so. Okay, once it's in. Okay, now I just want to make sure that the flight controller is going to sit on that properly. So does it go this way or this way? So this is the front, so it definitely, oh, you know what? I don't think that rubber goes through the hole. The reason is this is way too loose on there. So I think the rubber clips onto here. I think our guy may have got it wrong. I think, yeah, that clips onto there quite easily. And then this will go through the bottom of the frame. Yeah, that seems a lot more like the way to go. But I just don't know if this needs to go, because it's labeled, so it feels like this goes upwards. Let me see what the guy does. Oh, he has... Okay, let's see. Screen. Oh, I think my wife might be up. And she is. She's awake. All right, so he's got... You can see the MOSFETs, but I don't know if there's MOSFETs on both sides. I didn't see his flight controller before. Okay, he's putting them in there. Okay, so let's say he has the white connector downwards. Yeah. Yeah, so he has a white connector downwards. So we're going to see which way that gives us... Oh, excuse me. I'm like stretching. I'm exhausted. So white connector downwards means this one up. And I think that makes a lot of sense too. think I would have liked to put heat shrink over these arms to keep these wires in place, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, let me get my chat back up on the screen. God, this thing is going to be awesome. It's unfortunate because just right now I'm like in this like really like tired state. Really would like to enjoy this a lot more. Actually, this would be awesome if I had like 2 or 3 of these to build. I could put on the podcast and just go at her. Oh man, that would be fun. But doing it on camera is fine. The good part about the camera is that I get to share it with everyone. Everyone gets to see. I get to hang out with you guys. I get to hang out a little bit less with you guys because I don't know what's going in the video and what's not going in the video. So I can't like chat constantly, but it is what it is. So the only thing I wonder is if you put one of these things at the bottom there. Oh, there's the rubbers that the guy was using. Okay, I'm an idiot. So these go in there. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. So there are rubbers. So there's rubbers on rubbers on rubbers. All right, let's start this camera. Time to install the speed controller now. So let's start by putting these little rubber grommets into the frame. And then we've got the rubber grommets for the speed controller, which again, I am hyped that they have arrived in purple. It's kind of a weird mix of colors on here. You've got the silver riv nuts, you've got the gold bolts, they got the black bolts for the motors, and then you've got purple for the speed controller. Just not really consistent, but that's fine. Still, you know, because I had a lot, oops, just skewered it. Oopsies. I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm kind of happy that I didn't have to research all my own parts. The only thing is the radio. I'm going to be using my old Turnigy 9XR Pro that I used on the ZMR on the old drone. But eventually I want to switch to a Radio Master radio, but it's a little expensive. The 9XR Pro I had purchased, my old radio that I had purchased, I got it specifically because you can get all of the features that were important at the time, and it was very inexpensive. It was like probably like $100. But now, if you get the $100 radio today, it doesn't give you much. You know, you can use ELRS or the multi-protocol standard, or there's some you don't get everything for that price anymore. So that's a little bit sad. But I mean, it is what it is. The Radio Master TX16 that I think I would prefer, hey Franco, is like 300 Canadian dollars. And the nice part about that is you can use it for all of your models, all your RCs. Oh crap, these are non-symmetrical. I think this one's wrong. So you can use it for all your RCs, but $300 in one shot. I mean, that brings this up. This whole build will be up over the $500 mark. So not ideal. Okay, anti-vibration dampeners in the frame. Now it's time to install them in the speed controller. And there we go. So this should just install on top here. They'll go over these long bolts, M3s that we have for the stack. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this should sit right on top, like that. Battery connection towards the back, like so. So it'll be a nice, nice setup. And then the wiring will either go around this and attach here, around this post and attach here, or just go directly to here and then have a zip tie and then attach over this way. I haven't decided which way I'm going to do it yet. There we go. Yeah, Franco, new toy. I was recording on YouTube, so I wanted to, you know, keep the stuff that's important in, or keep the chatter out, or whatever it is. But now it's going to be coffee break time, so you guys can decide how you want the wires run. I'll do it the way you guys decided. So it'll be, actually, I don't think I can go around the flight. Yeah, I think I can go around the flight controller stack. So around the flight controller stack, around the post, or direct. So essentially, either the wire goes around this and then solders down there to that pad. Vote against anything that adds weight. I mean, the thing is, these motors will have plenty of power. Plus, it'll be carrying a GoPro. So it's either around the post, so around the post like that. So you see the path. So there'll be a zip tie here too, either way. Or just around the flight controller. So there'll be a zip tie here, and it'll solder there. Or it'll just go to a zip tie and then directly like on here. So that is option number 3. So I'll make the pole and then I'll go make my coffee and we can hang out for a bit. So pole, start pole, where to route the wiring around the post, around the flight control only, more direct. Start pole. There we go. I'm actually going to turn off my microphone because I'm just going to put my coffee in and I'm going to use the washroom. But just one last time to show you guys what I'm on about, as the Brits would say. It is, so this is around the post, goes, so around the post goes around this body post, down to the pad, around the flight controller only, we'll go around that little nut down to the pad, and then direct is just going to take a direct path like this down to the pad. I think I like the direct more, but you guys vote what you prefer. And we have enough height. We have about, we have about 6 millimeters, about that length there. Not the whole thing, just this half. So we should be able to run the wires on top of wherever we want. Okay, turning my mic off, and I will be right back. I am back. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so do the arms fold in? No. They're fixed. Bruce Evans, vote in the poll. It's anonymous. Looks like it's 100% for the flight controller only. Only 2 votes though. Okay, okay. The poll, yeah. Let me get back to this. Give me a moment here. All right. So, well, I am back. Let's do the. Ooh. I overfilled my coffee a little bit. Okay, don't let me record, by the way, if the muff is still there, because that means my mic's not on. And I can just get the audio from the stream, but that's a pain in the butt. Okay, so option 1. So we need. Okay, let me start. Hold on. Let me start from scratch here. Okay, so we need to get these wires. Okay, from these motors to these pads here on the side. There's 6 pads, so each motor uses 3. So there's 3 ways to do this. We can either go around the post, which is this post here, and then lay flat on the flight controller, screws, and then solder right there. That's first option. Next one is to do around the flight controller only, so like this, and then solder. And then the other one is more direct, where the wires come down. And then they're all going to be secured here, but they come down and then they lay directly on this, like there. And I may even, if it's that option, I can even solder it on the bottom. So that's the 3 options. So around the post, around the flight controller, or more direct. That's the 3. Around FC. Okay, okay. I appreciate the advertisement there, Franco. I dream of this channel being monetized one day, but not like it matters, because you could be monetized and it doesn't do anything. Because like I was on the monetized channel, my main channel, for a 6-hour stream, and I didn't get any super chats or anything. But it's not really about the money. It's about feeling like you're making progress, I'm just going to go around and retighten this just because we're chatting. So there are 3D prints you can get for these arms. I don't think they're necessary, though. I'm never a fan of flashiness, but when you're making stuff for YouTube, though, it is nice to have a little pop of color, because or else your thumbnails don't look as good, your video doesn't look as good. I feel like that's all 4 now. Yeah, that's definitely tighter. Cut the end off of the links. Yeah, you can't. Just take the. If you want to just type it in plain text. Oh, there we go. It worked for him. Because maybe he's on mobile. So maybe he's having issues on mobile. Okay, so now for the battery connection. Battery plus is here. So I was thinking of soldering it under, but now I'm looking at this sharp edge here. There's no way. I'm going to solder it on top like this. So that'll be good. I'll stick it out the back like that. And then there's 2 holes here. We'll have to solder in the capacitor. So this is a big honking capacitor. 35 volts, 1000 microfarads. And so that'll be tight in there, huh? Maybe if I will it fit underneath the top if I lift it? No, it won't. So that'll just have to be flapping around in the breeze. So we're going to need to put some heat shrink on these. I'll have to sit like there, right? And then this will have to come up and over, kind of like that. This is very tight. That's a really big capacitor. Unless we lift this up a touch, and then this goes underneath, and this guy sticks up a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. This is their own software. Yeah, they're a huge company. They're giant. So yeah, there's going to be some soldering to be done, to be sure. That's a hell of a thing. Look how compact this flight controller is. This controls 4, or not flight controller, this is a speed controller. So this controls 4 motors. So it's 4 ESCs, electronic speed controllers, built into one. Little heatsink there. And this is actually a good quality one. BL Heli is a good company. 3 to 6 cell. And then this is the flight controller over here. So this one does the work. Won't the cap go underneath? No. Like look at the size of this thing. So we've got a gap of probably about 6 millimeters. So we got a gap of like 6 millimeters, and there's the cap. It's like 10 millimeters. So it really has to go here, somewhere back here. I feel like I'm not sure that 1000 microfarad was necessary, but definitely at least a 24 volt, because this will use up to 6 cell lipos. So that's a hell of a thing. So I think I'm going to tilt the cap upwards. The other thing I don't know is, where does the transmitter go? So there's a VTX video transmitter here. So let's just dry fit this. Okay. This is not a big drone. Could have used an SMD cap. Yeah, I guess. So here's the video transmitter. Does it mount down here? Oh yeah. There's a spot down here. My God, this is going to be tight. Wait, the camera's up front here. So the video transmitter comes back here. Are there spacers? No spacers in there. And the plug is like right up against. So, well, so you see that has a gap, right? So either it goes there or there. But look at this plug is here. So I have to run that up. There's no hole in there. The arms are butted against each other. But this is definitely the hole spacing here for the video transmitter. But the camera's up here, so you have to run your wire around these like noisy ass signals here. How is that gonna work? And what screws do I use? Because then the camera goes on in the front there. This is the camera. So that goes in front. Here. So camera goes here. Transmitter is here, so you have to run the wires across. Do I even have that much wire? I don't think so. And then the other thing is, where does the antenna go? Because this has an antenna adapter, right? And usually those go, oh yeah, it'll go in here. So that'll fit in there. Or maybe even like this. No, has to be the other way. So that'll fit in here. And then your washer and lock washer. Whatever. So put that in there. Okay, so that'll fit in there, and then that fits in there. But look how long this camera is. No, well, no. The answer is no, because there's no space here. And don't forget, there's these side cheeks too. So these guys, that guy fits in there. This is the camera bracket. So no, this is designed to go there. Huh. These things are crazy. They even hollow out the shafts. Like, can you imagine the cost difference of hollowing out the shaft? Like, that's another operation, and it has to be a fairly precise drilling step. I have to say, I'm pretty excited to fly this thing, but this is like one of those purchases where I made zero research. And it's not like it's wrong. It's just very interesting. Oh, you know what probably goes behind the camera? That's probably where the receiver goes. Although I'm not sure. We can go look at the dude's video, because I'm still drinking my coffee and we're still chatting. That's kind of like the crappy part of doing the YouTube video portion of it, is that we can't really chat as much as when I'm just doing stuff and then I'll make a video out of the finished product. Oh, I dropped the washer. So we'll go see that guy making his drone. We'll check out what he's done. But yeah, I am planning on getting nice aerial footage. I want to get really comfortable so I get aerial footage of up at my parents' cottage where I go fishing. I want to get aerial footage. I'll have to see in Gatineau Park and in Algonquin Park. You may not be allowed to fly these things there, but I'll have a look-see. If you are allowed, then I'm going to want to. So these are the foam pads that go on the arms. Don't want those there yet. Excuse my slurping, but I love coffee and it's hot. Okay, so let's go check out that dude's video. I'm just confused as to where it's supposed to go. So he's doing the speed controller. Oh, look at that. He's soldering under. Is he? Huh. Yeah, he's got his capacitor on top too. Okay. An hour and a half, 2 hours from Algonquin Park. Let me see. It depends. Algonquin Park is huge, right? Chalk River, like I would say like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. I've driven through Algonquin Park to get to Huntsville. Algonquin Park is like amazing. So yeah, he's running his wires underneath his FC. That is pretty incredible. Or his ESC, I should say. Yeah, through the East Gate, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking this. And I think it works with the votes, so we're doing it that way. I like that, underneath. Okay, this is goes up to the flight controller. It's a spark test, a short detector. Probably good to have one of those. I don't have one. Winter camped there. Wow. Winter camping takes a lot of gumption. Okay, there's his flight controller, for real this time. Okay, he's plugging his little cable in. Okay. Oh, he's spacing up. Oh, no, he's not spacing it up. No. That, he's got nuts. And I was correct, the little arrow points forward. He's got his little nuts on there. These nuts. Oh. Okay, is there a 6? Yeah. Okay, camera. He's gonna put camera up front. Yeah, in the little bracket. Okay, he's got the little wire coming off of it. He's going to grab power. Okay, from there. Oh, does it go through the flight controller? That would make sense. So he's grabbing his, he sends a video through the flight controller. Oh, so maybe it'll have on-screen display. Yeah, I finished it. I finished it because I decided I want to do it like this. Look how pretty. 7. Okay, here's his transmitter. Or, yeah, his video transmitter. Mounting it on plastic screws. Oh, he has a 3D printed base to it. Okay. When did he do this? 3 years ago. And then, yeah, he's also going to plug into the flight controller, I think. Yeah. Oh, well, that's cool. You know, I think I would have just soldered it on the bottom. This guy did not solder it on the bottom. He wrapped it around and soldered it on top. So I'm doing it a little bit like this, but not quite like this. Oh, use black electrical tape. Maybe I'll do that too, instead of zip ties. Although black electrical tape gets all shitty after a bit. The glue, like, separates. He looks like he's almost done. Radio receiver, where does that go? On top of this stack, maybe? He's gonna have ELRS for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we're not finishing this today, folks. Guaranteed. In fact, it's 11 already. I may not go on for much longer because I have said it earlier in the stream. I am exhausted. Although I'd love to keep going forever, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder the motors. I have wire harness tape. Tessa tape. I have some. I can use Tessa tape. The only thing that sucks, though, is that you guys are now watching the stream, and I'm almost done. You guys don't watch when I start the stream. I may start too early, but the problem is, if I wait much longer to start the stream, I'm just going to sit around here doing nothing till the stream starts. So, okay, I don't know the method of attachment for the wires, but I do have that Tessa tape. I don't know where it is. Is it in wire management box? Nope. Lost a day from a bathroom leak. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I should be editing too, and I have a little bit of work to do for my classes. But don't run away yet. But like, oh, and this place is a freaking disaster. So I do need to clean in here because it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But I have to say though, this thing is looking super cool. When I bought it, you know, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse because I was like, oh, I bought this because I don't know what the tariffs are going to look like in the future, and I wanted something to play with. I'm now a licensed drone pilot again. And then I was thinking, like, tensions were getting high with our southern neighbors, so I was like, I need to get the stuff that I want to play with now and get trained up on this kind of stuff. So then I was like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have bought it. You start at 12 now instead of a 1. Oh yeah, that's true. So anyways, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse, like, did I waste $200? But no, building this is the bomb. I love doing this. The build is so much fun. I have so much fun building things like this. Even Acert's controller, even though stuff went wrong, the controller build was amazing. And to have this thing in your hands, like, is so cool. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to play with this, despite, like, I don't know how it works right at the moment. I bought all the parts not knowing what I was doing. I just bought a kit. Usually I research the crap out of my stuff, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. This is a lot of fun. I love building kits. Give me a kit every day and I will build it every day. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do with this is that we're going to run the wires like that. I'll have to find, so before I solder, I'll have to, like, secure these wires because I want them in their final position before I solder to the flight controller. But yeah, essentially you're going to go like this, run it underneath, and then you plop this down on top. And then I'm going to solder them, like, on the underside here. So I need this to be, like, secure there before. How's it going, Curtis? How's it going, D-Wood? Again, I laugh because you guys are all piling in when I'm fixing to be done. Okay. So here's the question. Do I end sooner or do I soldier on because you guys are here? But this is the way I'm going to do it. So around the ESC post, like the poll said that I legally have to do. The only thing I don't like is there's a sharp edge there. The carbon fiber is sharp everywhere. I think I want to file down the carbon fiber there. Your own fault. Hey, how's it going, Acert? Look at that. We got the full crew here. So I have a little bit of a problem. This is going to be a high vibration scenario, and especially I'm going to drive this thing like a bag of crap, right? I'm not a good drone pilot. A little bit of epoxy on the wire there from the factory. So if you run this along this sharp edge here, that's going to eventually cut through. So I'm probably going to want to sand that down. Okay, so let's be honest here. If I don't sand this down, there is exactly a 0% chance that I come back and do it later. So, as much as I hate going backwards in time, I'll have to, I'm going to sand it down now. I'm going to gear up for the YouTube recording because I'm going to explain this on YouTube as well. But yeah, this thing is awesome, and unfortunately it makes me really, really want to build a 10-inch. This is the 7-inch. I mean, look at the size of this thing. This thing could chop your hands off. Look at that. It's like, so wingspan is, here, let me do it. I'll do it in metric. Wingspan is 42 centimeters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16 and a half inches width-wise. Oh, yes, Mike, thank you. Okay. Let me put some stuff away first, because I'm getting to the point now where I know that I'm not going to finish this. I thought I was going to do it in one stream, but now it's clear I'm not going to. So I'm just going to put stuff away before I do the last recordings, so to get stuff out of the way. Do you guys know each other in real life? D Wood and Franco Walker? Oh my God, this place is a mess. Also, my wife is now awake. I don't know if she fell back asleep, but she's now awake. She worked overnight last night. So if she wants food, I'm going to want to have food with her too. Unless she has breakfast. She makes her own breakfast. Start calling metric loony units? What? Why? They're the better units. Ten centimeters, like 10 millimeters to a centimeter, 100 centimeters to a meter, 100 meters to a kilometer. Oh, Scruff, okay. You know, I feel pretty honored when people say, you know, they're in my channel, but they say they also watch Big Clive. And I'm like, I never ever thought, like when I first started watching YouTube electronics, I never thought that people would watch me and Big Clive, you know? I figured they'd watch me if they didn't know about Big Clive. That kind of thing. So yeah, I feel really honored to be in the same thought process as Big Clive. He's a really cool guy. Super nice guy too. Chatted with him on the podcast. Oh, another weight savings that I've seen people do, they replace these steel bolts, like common, you know, dollar bin bolts, with aluminum bolts. They're not as strong, so your big crashes, you end up shearing bolts. You also watch Julian? Yeah, me too. Julian. I haven't watched, I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't watched electronics creators in a little while. I need to shut my brain off from time to time. And watching content from people that are way more intelligent than me is not a good way for me to shut my brain off. So, yeah, I've been sort of waxing and waning on the electronics content because of that. I have so much stuff on my plate. Oh, good. Just delay in getting the new bionic leg. Ooh, bionic leg. That sounds pretty cool. I have to say, like, it is not cool to lose a limb at any time. But at least today, the process, like you can lead a normal life, normal-ish life with a lost limb compared to like 100 years ago. So it's never a good thing to lose a limb, but we have made advances to make it a more tolerable. I don't know if you feel the same way. It does a lot of battery stuff now, not your thing. Yeah, it is my thing, I have to say. I love battery stuff. Give me that battery stuff. Okay, so I put everything in this little bin, which is stupid because when I put this in it, it's not going to fit, but whatever. This thing is incredibly rigid too here. Look, I got my finger underneath the shaft here. I'm just going to hold it by the corner. And not only is it light, but it doesn't flex, and the top is not even on it yet. Okay. So like this, like this. Okay, so I'm just going to loop these back underneath. They're kind of always in the way. So now I'm going to go set up the mics. God, this thing's going to be awesome when it's screaming through the air. I can't tell you how different it is to the design philosophy of this guy. Like, it's only slightly bigger than this ZMR, but like the arms are twice as thick. The body is like half as thick, like half as wide. It really, there's a big difference between what was good in 2016 and what's good now. And just not for submarines. Yeah, that's problematic. Okay, let's get the mic set up. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for podcast guests, I haven't been reaching out to anybody. So if you want to kick me in the butt to reach out to somebody. Actually, I did reach out to someone, but they politely declined, which is fine. It's a little soul-crushing, but they politely declined saying that they don't do podcasts. So I don't know if they're not confident in their English or whatever, but I was glad that it's not a, yeah, your channel is beneath me, be gone peasant, which nobody's ever said, but you can't help but feel like that's what they meant sometimes, you know? Maybe it's me being too sensitive, I don't know. Okay, mics are locked, loaded, and 2 smoking barrels. And here, I'll get the focus. So before we go on, I'm thinking that for my wires, I want to run them sort of like as direct as possible. I'm going to affix them to the frame here, maybe with Tessa tape or something. But like these corners here, they're rounded. So I'm not worried about cutting. Actually, this one's a little sharper than I'd like. So I'm not worried about cutting the insulation. But here, if I run the wires down, you know, tight to the frame like that, if I run that down and then, you know, under the ESC, the speed controller, sort of like that. Don't know if you can imagine what that's going to look like. I'm a little worried about this corner here because this is a bit broken, but this is razor sharp. So I have these sets of precision files. They're supposed to be like jewelry files, but they're very cheap. And I'm just going to go around and just scuff up all of these corners to try to break the sharp edge there. And I might even put a little bit of wire harness tape or something on there so that these relatively soft silicone wires, they don't abrade on that and short, because carbon fiber is conductive. So I'm just going to do that for a little bit and bring you back when it's done. There we go. I don't do podcasts with you. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. Hey, they can have that opinion if they want, right? It just it just hurts my feelings. But in fact, I am always the type that my opinion is more information is always better. I always want to know more than less. So I'd rather someone hurt my feelings, right, and tell me what's the problem so that I can then correct it for the next time, for the next person. So I am very much of the mind of like the greater good. You don't have a lot to talk about? Well, the thing is, I'm getting good at podcasts, I have to say, especially compared to my old one. So I can keep a conversation going, but it's always better, I always rather talk about a subject with someone else's opinions as well, because then it's just, if it's just me, it's like an echo chamber, you know? But that's fine. You know, there's no problems. Oh, yeah, it's better already. Probably best to get a respirator for this. We just won't tell my wife that it's a good idea. She only really watches the streams sometimes, so it shouldn't be a problem. She won't know. There we go. You go and break these edges. It's a little hard to get in here at certain angles. I mean, I think you're underestimating how interesting you are. There you go, just give it a little bit of carbon dust there. But that's okay. Most makers I have on the podcast, anybody who just makes stuff, whether that be stuff or videos or both, they always underestimate how interesting they are. Scruff Dog Stream does kits builds, video games, videos of forklift repairs. Would be good for a podcast. Yeah, you know what? I should. I really should. If DroneBot Workshop, I doubt he would do it, but it would be good. What do you mean you doubt he would do it? Just because he doesn't do podcasts? Or because of me? Don't usually work on... Yeah, Discovery is cool too, though. I mean, the thing is, I do Discovery as well, but just while working on projects. The thing is that, like, a good chunk of my yearly income comes from PCBWay. Like, not like good chunk of my YouTube income. I mean, even like my entire income, good chunk of it comes from PCBWay. So I kind of have to make projects that way. You know, that's why I make way more PCBs than I would normally. But that's my Discovery as well. I'll go in there with the round file after. I'm just trying to get this. This might be discussion about projects versus Discovery. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. The problem with doing solo pods is that I run out of breath. Can't freaking speak for that long. Pace myself, breathe in too much. It's really nice to just sit back and listen for a little bit too. His mom having trouble. Oh, that's not good. You know what? I feel so much better doing this. So this is the thing about being a maker, right? Even though I don't consider myself a traditional maker, I have enough experience to know like that there's a rub point there. And honestly, it just takes like a couple minutes to resolve the issue with the tools I've got in stock. Oh, you know what? Instead of blowing air on this from my lungs like a dummy, who uses their lungs anymore when we've got the Turbo Fan 5000? Come on. There we go. Direct into my lungs. If you haven't asked, it would be worth asking. He's based... DroneBot? I'll ask him. Montreal's not that far. About 2-ish hours from here. There we go. Look at that. But I would appreciate if you guys are out in the wild on YouTube watching videos and you see someone saying that they were thinking about doing a collab or something. Yeah, let me know. Because I'd love to have people on the podcast. Anyone is welcome. We don't really talk politics on the podcast. Well, okay, not anyone is welcome. If you're a hateful bigot that wants other people to die, then no, you're not welcome on the podcast. But I mean, other than that. Okay, so now the issue comes. So let's prepare our flight controller, or sorry, not flight controller. Hang on. Ugh. Okay. So let's prepare to solder up our ESCs. But I'm probably only going to be working here another 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes maybe, because I think I hear some pitter-patter upstairs of my wife being awake and up. So if so, I'm probably going to join her and have some food. Because literally this morning, I woke up, had to do some stuff. I got attacked from that neighborhood dog that wants to be pet all the time. And then I came down here to the stream. In fact, I was a couple minutes late to stream because of that vicious dog attack where I had to pet the golden retriever. So, yeah, so I haven't eaten anything. Okay. Like this. I have my mic on me still. Okay, so this needs to be kind of a distance from there. I also need some heat shrink. I forgot. Need this really small. Well, that fell. I need really small heat shrink to protect the leads. So I have that stuff. That's not small enough. Let me see. So I have this box that has my assorted lengths of wire. She's good. Her back has been really painful for the last like 3 weeks or so, and she's just starting to see relief now. Like, it's not gone, but it's orders of magnitude better than it's been. So that's good. She was working overnight last night. So she came home, I think she woke me up when she came to bed around like 4 a.m., something like that. And she's working on well, the drone just had its first crash. Crashed from the top of the 3D printer onto the floor and onto my foot. That's good to get out of the way. So yeah, so her back is not better. It's not like fixed, but it's better. So that's really good. It's really a relief for all of us. I mean, definitely a relief for her, but I mean, it sucks for all of us. All right, so let's get this part filmed. All right, couple little things I want to do to the flight controller. Couple little things I want to do to the speed controller before I install it into the body. So we already have those rubber grommets on. I want to put this cap probably about here. I'm not 100% sure where I should align it, but I know the frame is quite tight back where it's going to go. So it needs to be sort of back here somewhere. It does fit between these two posts, but it has to be kind of up and out of the way. So I'm going to see if I can give myself a little bit more space. So let's say, so negative is the stripe here, if you didn't know, for an electrolytic cap. So about there. So what I'll do is I'm just going to grab this with the flush cutters, just about where it needs to go, maybe back here a little bit. I'm going to fold these down 90 degrees, and then we can solder these in place, you know, kind of like that. And then we can, after that, we can solder in the XT60. Using some lead solder, clean the tip. And you know what? I'm going to fold over the leads on the bottom. Just so the capacitor doesn't move once it's soldered in. So I'll go with the positive first, just because that probably doesn't have a big plane, a lot of copper like the negative has. That should be enough there. I'll do the negative. I'm going to snip the excess of the leads once the XT60 is in place. Same thing here with the negative. And make sure you get it nice and hot so that it alloys with the pad. And that should be good. Ah, damn it. The heat shrink. Damn it, it's a full carbon fiber frame. I have no choice. Well, it seems like I forgot to put my heat shrink on there. Oopsies. So just going to bend the legs back and we're going to try to retrieve them. This always happens. Now the real difficult part is to fish that lead back into the hole, which will now be full of solder. So just have to make sure it's hot enough. And then you're just going to have to sort of try to guess where the hole in the PCB is. None of this is ideal. So ideally you would just put the heat shrink and not forget. But you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to use a solder sucker and remove it. Remove all of the solder from here. Not ideal. I think I see the hole now. Hmm. Found the hole. That is not even close to ideal. Forgetting the heat shrink was a much bigger oopsie than I would have wanted. Far less than ideal. I think I've got too long on here. That was the non-idealist of the non-ideal situations. That was horrible. Gonna try not to do anything like that anymore. And in fact, the heat shrink didn't quite seat properly over here. Ooh, that is hot. There we go. It's a little bit better. There we go. So let's see if we can get the XT60 soldered now. So these are pre-tinned, probably not with the same the same kind of solder, but we're going to try it anyways. Since everything is now ripping hot, probably not the best to be ripping hot, but it will help us solder. Okay, that's just tacked on there, so it's not really holding. It's not properly soldered, but it's nice because now I can just solder the black lead on the negative and it won't fall over, and then I'll come back and do the positive properly. So, you know, the positive kind of supports it. Really could use a higher wattage iron for this. I think we got it. The giant capacitor is for, it removes when you, hang on, I'll finish this recording, I'll let you know. Oh, got a piece of solder bridging, that's okay. It's gonna get hot. Ouch. Got burned by a bit of flux. There we go. That's got her done. Oh, no wonder it wouldn't solder on the bottom. There's no pad there. Because I don't think that's a pad. Oh, camera gave up the ghost. Okay, so since the recording is done now, I don't think that's a pad. No, it is a pad. Okay. So when you have motors have all of their power available at essentially 0 RPM. So let's say the blades aren't spinning and you accelerate, you punch it, you're going to pull so much current. You're going to pull so much current, so much power from the batteries that the tiny bit of resistance in these wires is actually going to make a huge difference, and you're going to experience a voltage drop over here. So at these terminals, you'll have less voltage than is available at the battery. So since capacitors have extremely low resistance, they can store a little bit of extra energy. Well, they do store a little bit of extra energy, and they'll keep the voltage at this point from sagging down too much. So essentially, if you pull, since your battery is connected directly to here, when you punch it, when you accelerate, that means your flight controller, which is powered by this, might drop out because your voltage will sag too low. So this prevents that kind of stuff. It just allows you to maintain stable voltage at these terminals independent of the length of this wire when you punch it. That's essentially it. So my battery died on my big camera. Hopefully that recorded, because that was a saga. Like this. And I think with that being said, I think I'm going to end it here for today. So the next stream, probably going to be Thursday or Friday. So I'm only working in the afternoon those days. We might be able to continue, if not finish, what we started here, because it'd be nice to have the drone finished. The receiver is in the mail. Let's double check that this fits on my connections too. But the receiver is in the mail. It's apparently in Canada at this point. So that means that I might be able to fly this by the weekend. And I have a field not too far from me that is in, it's outside of the 3 nautical mile limit from an airport. Yeah, that will fit just nice there. And then this can, if this needs to come down, it can come down a bit. And then our transmitter will sit underneath there. This is a tight build. This is very tight. This thing is going to be absolutely nuts. Hopefully it flies well. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to be the best pilot, right? I've been out of the game for so long now with the ZMR. Let's see, where's my cursor? There we go. Hang on. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, I'm going to go and be merry for the rest of the day, work a little bit, but mostly probably going to clean up in here because it's freaking filthy. And then, yeah, maybe it's probably not going to be tomorrow morning, but Thursday morning or Friday morning, I should be able to get a stream going. And we're going to continue this. So thanks for being here, everyone. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Bye, all.